Right, people. Today I'm here with one of my boy, good friend of mine. I'm sitting in Bermuda. Today I decided to come and have a quick interview with him. I would let him do his thing. I would let him interview. Obviously, tell us who he is. So today, this interview is basically I'm trying to help other people understand some of the things that they got to go through when getting hired for jobs. And like myself, I came up the army, and when I came up the army, it was quite a difficult task getting employment. You know, I had to tailor my CV and do all of this stuff. So the reasoning behind this interview is to speak to people like my boy here and get an understanding of things that he went through to get his first job and all that type of stuff. So if you want to just introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, sure, yeah. My name is Omar Rawls. I am currently a welder specialist here at the company of Belco. 44 years old, been doing my trade for about 26 years now. So it's been a good ride, and learned a lot along the way.
Right. So what's your role in Belco? What's your role in this company?
So my role here is a welder, as I said, welder specialist, which is the highest category tier system as far as job classification goes for my particular area, and just maintaining of the engines, because this is a powerhouse, the engines that supply the electricity for the island. So we do anything that's related to maintenance of the engines, any pipe work that's got to be prepared or modified, things of that nature, anything to do with repairing and making sure that all of the engines are running smoothly.
So from this this position that you're in now, what is your next move if you have to be promoted? Where exactly are you going to go next?
Well, that's a good question. I'm giving it not too much thought, but if I do, it could be in the safety department,
right? Okay.
Something of that nature. Since I worked around that type of thing, if there was any movement from my level, but that's where I would probably want to gear to.
Right. Okay. So what previously from working at Belco, where did you work before this?
Right. So previously from Belco, I was a welder in the United States. I was a local Boilermaker union.
USA.
Yeah. So I worked for local 28 Boilermakers. We worked on all oil refineries, power plants, nuclear power plants, things of that nature. So I worked for another company, Jersey Tank Fabricators. I worked for various companies. Under the union, you can work for different companies under the same union. So that was my role back home in the United States.
And when you got this job with Belco, what sort of challenges did you have to face to get this job? Did you have to write a CV, tailor your CV? Did you have to make phone calls to relevant different people to understand the job specification? Or you already know what the job specification was, and then you just write your CV to that? And other things like how much interviews did you have to do to get this job?
Right. Well, in my particular case, it was sort of unique, but not too unique. But I didn't really have to alter my CV or my resume because I've done it for such a long time, and the work that they needed here matched my qualifications. The only challenges that I did have, being as what they would call an expatriate, being a foreign worker, was to get all the proper documentation, right? Bermuda also wanted you to have reference letters of good standing from people, not just your employers, but people that could, pretty much vouch and say what type of person you are. So a character check as well.
And know that this job that you're doing now, I take it that you manage people, right?
Right.
What challenges do you face when it comes to managing individuals here in Bermuda, or do you find it straightforward? So I'm going to give you an example. Like I leave the army. I was managing guys, and each person is different characters, different personalities, and stuff like that. But when it comes to the job in the military, it's not so much of a difficult challenge, because if I say to somebody, I want this whole shop moving from here and putting it into a different building, in about an hour, everything is done, because the guys will just get on it. Do you have any challenges like that into this workplace, and how do you overcome it?
Well, to be honest, I don't have many challenges as far as management with people. I mean, I just have another team member with me. I guess the most thing that I have to learn is that everybody has a different experience,
Yeah.
and you have to modify your expectations to either, you know, help adjust so that, because you want to get the best out of your people, right? So you don't want to slam your co-workers or nor do you want to baby them. You want to find a medium balance. But you know, each day is different. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody's in a different mood, different days. So I just think managing those parts of it is probably what I'm learning.
Okay, okay. So my time in the military was not so much of an easy run, because you have some individuals who, and not everyone, right? But you have the few individuals who would look at you and go, "Oh, you're too young to be managing me," right? But that's rare. That's rare.
Right.
But when it comes to things like that, you just need to understand how to understanding that person's personality to try and mitigate certain things from getting out of hand, and which is good. But if I was to ask you, you know, if you was to meet a soldier today or tomorrow, what would you tell him if he was looking for an employment in a place like this?
Right. Well, I would definitely say first to know what type of area that he wants to go into, because this place has a variety of different positions and avenues that you could go. So you want to, and if you want to have your mind geared toward a specific area, whether they say you want it to be, you always like being an electrician or part of a trade, you know, you want to start gearing yourself prior to getting out to in that direction, and you know, getting information on what you want to do, basically, right? The world is at your fingertips. You have internet, Google. You can research the area that you want, and the knowledge that you don't have, you can get it so that you can be knowledgeable going in to the company that you want to work for and apply for about the specific area you want to go into.
You hear it, people. You hear it from the man himself. Last question. Well, one of my last question is the difference from the US and Bermuda. What is the biggest challenge coming from the US to Bermuda?
Well, in the beginning it was a challenge, but I can't say it's a challenge anymore, but I think it's just the pace how things are run. You know, in the US, everything is, you know, let's go, let's have it right now. If you don't do it, there's 10 people waiting to do it right for you.
Okay.
So you have to have that wolf, that beast mentality, right?
Yeah.
So things move a little slower, a little different here, slower pace. So, you know, they have the saying, as in Rome, do what the Romans do. So I kind of went with that pace, but at the same time, I couldn't lose that fire, which helped me get this job in the first place. So, but that's just one of the biggest challenges as far as employment.
Right, and lastly, I want you to, because I know a lot of people is going to be seeing this video on my channel, and I know there's some people out there with the same skill set as you, and they probably want to maybe get away from the environment in the UK. UK can be slow paced, fast paced, depending on where you work, right?
Right.
And what would you say to someone now in the UK if they got the skill set to work amongst like yourselves or other department within Belco, which is a light and power company, by the way, I should have mentioned that at the start. What advice would you give to someone in the UK if they want to work for a company like this right now and get away from the UK to come here?
Definitely put your name out there. You have to make an effort. You never get selected if you don't put the effort. So put your name out. Do the research on the company you want to work for as well. You know, see what they're about, what they do, what their history is, where they're going, what are their mantras, and do the research in the area you want to go to. And again, with the internet, with the world at your fingertips, you can put your name in so many hats. And my motto is, if I keep knocking, somebody's got to answer.
And as you say motto, tell people what's the motto here.
So the motto for the Trap House is excellence without excuses.
EWE.
EWE. Yes.
My man.
That's Jordan.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yes, brother.
And we will hit you guys up on the next one. Stay in tune for the next video. And as always, we're going to have a drink later with my boy. Peace out.
Peace out.